Hey y'all, here I am with another little unboxing video, and as you can see here, I've got the Clueless Polly Pocket set by Mattel. Now, I'm really happy because I've really been wanting this set ever since, like, it retailed, but it costed maybe, like, upwards of $35 before, and, like, there was no way I was gonna pay over $35 for some Polly Pocket set, like, be so fucking for real right now. So I waited for it to go on clearance on Walmart, and I got it for $15, thankfully, because like I said, I was not gonna pay that retail price for it. Fuck that. But yes, here we have the front, the sides, and the back of it. I'm gonna do a much more like in-depth and more like professional camera tour of it and whatnot, but I just wanted to show this off because I'm so excited to receive this. I feel like I got to see all of the Clueless stuff releasing this year, but I missed out on literally all of it. This is because a lot of the retail prices were expensive as fuck for like the Bratz Clueless dolls and then the Mattel Clueless dolls, but I know the Mattel ones are clearancing out now, so hopefully I'll end up with those soon, but for now, I have this to start off my little Clueless collection with. And I'm really happy I got this set. I really wanted it specifically because it has Ty Frazier in it, and I feel like they'd never make any Ty merch, like especially in doll form. She wasn't a part of the TV show, so like they obviously didn't give her a doll in like the 1996 like Clueless the TV show dolls or whatever. I have all three of them, Amber, Dion, and Cher, but they didn't make Ty. I don't understand why they didn't make Ty, but they finally made Ty over here because Mattel didn't include her and Bratz didn't include her either, so I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Y'all stay not wanting to rep Brittany Murphy for some reason. Like, please, like, let's please get a tribute for my girl started, like, please. Anyways, the next clip we're just gonna see the actual camera tour and whatnot, so yeah. Here we have the front of this Divalicious box. It's just got the Clueless logo with these like kind of pink and purple colors and these like, you know, gems on it. And then we have illustrations of all three of the figures. And then we've just got the rest of these little like bits of clip art. We have the fluffy pen, a cassette tape. We have a classic 90s like mobile phone. And then we've got the little Polly Pocket Collector's logo, as well as little hearts and whatnot. And the Mattel logo. And like all of the other like boring like little info and whatnot. And at the bottom, it just has the Paramount like logo right at the bottom and like the rest of the other boring info. And then on the back, or not on the back, on the side, we have this little heart cut out. And you can see into the cellophane plastic. And it's just got this like glittery background that kind of like almost matches the glittery background of the poster almost. And then we have a bunch of these shopping bags. And then I don't know if you can see, but on the inside of that, there's just this like plaid pattern. I forgot to do a little like tour of like the actual set inside the box, but this is what it looks like, all boxed up. And this is what the background looks like inside of it. And here we've got the other side of that with more shopping bags. And then on the back of the box, it just says Polly Pocket, Clueless. I think that's just what the top of the set looks like, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm really loving this like overall like pink theming for the like graphic design of this packaging. I find it very cute. I find it very on theme. I really love that they use like different prints and patterns too. But yes, in the next clip, we're finally gonna get her out of the box. Oh, but if you couldn't see already, she just has this Clueless logo at the top of it and this little half heart. But yeah, the next clip, they're just gonna be out of the box. Here we've got these tiny micro divas out of the box, and I'm really, really impressed with this tiny little set. It's honestly the cutest, most adorable thing I've like ever unboxed, honestly. Like, look at how tiny this diva is, and look at how even tinier that fucking phone is. Oh my goodness. Like, I never grew up with like the Polly Pockets. Like I said, I couldn't have feminine things or dollies or whatever the fuck, but like I would always see these and I would always like look at the images on Google Images of like the Bluebird Polly Pocket sets from back in the day and just like be like completely enamored with them. Because if you see the way that they used to make like some of those sets, you would just be like completely floored, honestly, that they could put all that much like shit into like a tiny little compact. But starting off with Miss Cher Horowitz over here, as you can see, she's just got the classic like look that Miss Alicia Silverstone wore in the film. That kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like those kind of like curtains that she has at the front of her hair that kind of like swoop back in like the center part. And then she just has that like very, very iconic plaid suit, or two-piece set rather. And they tried to print the details of like the rest of her like jewelry and everything else on there, but like obviously this is a very tiny like micro doll, so you can only really like see so much. But as you can see, she's just got these like little socks and like white shoes and whatnot, and she's standing literally in her house atop the little balcony and whatnot. And you can literally flip this part open. I'm gonna flip it open in just a sec. And we have Miss Ty Frazier over here standing right next to that iconic Jeep. And then we have Miss Dion over here standing right next to the garden, and she's got her little hat right there, as well as her tiny little telephone. My goodness. Oh my god, and Ty comes with one too. I love that they gave Ty one, even though she literally did not have one in the film. And like, low-key, that film is like perfect. And y'all can argue with the wall, honestly. Like, I know that my audience mostly probably agrees anyways, but like, I think this film is fucking perfect, and I really love how Cher kind of just starts off as this really bratty, like, spoiled, annoying, ignorant, kind of grating, like, character. And then, you know, she goes through some character development and actually changes into, like, a nice person who doesn't judge people, really, and whatnot. Really do love the character transformation. We love to see it. But yes, moving on from Miss Ty Frazier over here, or no, moving back to her, I guess, you can see that she has her little blue headband, and she's got her tiny little blue vest on, layered atop of that, like, white tunic top with, like, a collar, and that plaid skirt, with her little bobby socks and her, like, little black shoes and whatnot. And I really love the outfit that they decided to choose for this one, because if y'all don't remember, this is literally the outfit that she wears, like, in the film when she's like starting to gain popularity, like after her little like mall altercation with those guys, after like Christian like saves her. And like this is literally what she's wearing when she's like the new it girl, like the new hot stuff at school, I guess. And obviously Miss Dion over here is wearing her plaid two-piece set to match with Cher's from like the beginning of the film, and she's got her really big giant Dr. Seuss looking hat. And as you can see, they made her little braided hairstyle and her little micro braids. And we just have that very, very tiny little like red vest that she's wearing underneath that suit. And she's got like black socks, I think, and like little black shoes. Or I'm not sure if like they're supposed to be like boots on these little Polly Pockets, but I know that ties are definitely supposed to be like separate black shoes for sure. But yeah, I can't wait to like get open the rest of these and kind of just like make sure that I keep all of these pieces together within this compact, because a lot of these pieces are so tiny I will literally end up crying and being an insomniac forever if I lose any of them, so I don't want to do any of that. But as you can see here, before we get to any of the taking of the plastic off or whatever, we have that little Jeep with the kind of like silverish grayish like seats and whatnot. And as you can see, it's just got the like back of the tire or whatever that like Jeeps generally have, like at the back of the car. And it's got those 4 black wheels. Very iconic, very divalicious. And at the beginning of the compact, there's just this little gate with the Clueless logo on it. I really, really love that font. So nostalgic and so very, very cute, honestly. But yeah, in the next clip, I'm just gonna take the plastic off of them and we're gonna finally see what's behind these doors. Now finally taking the plastic off of everything and flipping this open, as you can finally see, we have Miss Ty Frazier with her little cell phone, and Dion Davenport with her little cell phone, and Cher Horowitz with her little cell phone. But as you open up, you're just greeted by Cher at the bottom of this purple staircase. And at the bottom of that, there's just this little base for her to kind of clip into and just stand. And kind of just like stare at everybody. And as you can see in this first little room over here, she's got this little like chair that kind of looks like the one obviously from her living room in the movie. She has this very big giant ass box TV, giant for a Polly Pocket compact, that is. I really love that. It's like my favorite part. I literally grew up with a giant ass 90s box TV like that in the early 2000s because my family kind of always just had like outdated technology in the house when I was younger anyways, so that giant box TV is so nostalgic for me. I just know that they could play the fuck out of some video game console on there and it would look perfect. But anyways, we see that little fireplace in the background, as well as that little like top of the fireplace with the painting, and then we see Cher's mom in the background, that little painting of her, and like more like little details like flowers and like the little sculptures and like I think the statuette or whatnot. And then moving on to the top of this, we have Cher's closet, and that little computer like monitor and like just like whole setup and everything. And like underneath that we have her little like mini backpack and like other things. But as you can see, it's just opened up to her little like fashion software or whatever that she uses to dress herself before school. I'm still jealous of this software. I need this shit for me like right now, especially with the amount of clothes that I have, because I wear all of them and I'm a mixing and matching diva, you know what I mean? But as you can see, we have more little details on like the walls, like this little purse and like this little like pink and light pink striped like wallpaper. And we see a bunch of these little dresses as well as that little like spiral closet and whatnot. And more handbags and like accessories and shoes that are kind of like right by her like bed and window. And right over here we just have this tiny pink bed. And like in front of it we just have like obviously the railings and the staircase. And underneath that, I believe that is just her father's study if I'm not mistaken, or the dinner table. Or her kitchen. I'm really not sure what this one is supposed to be. I know that the layout of this house in the movie is like supposed to be that like obviously this way is the living room and like you go further this way into her dad's like office study or whatever, but like we have this golden chair and we have this little setup. Oh wait, now that I'm looking at this way clearer and like zoomed in, it's definitely supposed to be like the dining room and like the kitchen. My bad, y'all. We see the two little candles right over there. And like these flowers, and this is obviously where they like have dinner and like do all that stuff. But yeah, I'm really in love with this little compact. Like I opened this and I was genuinely gagged because like I said, like these compacts that are in the style of this like very nostalgic like Bluebird like Polly Pocket compact are definitely like very detailed, and they're definitely very like well thought out, like if I will say. Like I know that these are meant to just like fit inside of like a tiny little compact, but I really do love the way that they kind of just like set this up, and like whoever designed this definitely was like a fan for sure. But as you can see up close, we have the tiny little Jeep over here, and underneath it just has like engravings and whatnot, and it can actually roll about, which is cute. I'm not going to be taking it out of this compact though because I do not want to lose it. There's no steering wheel like molded into it, which is kind of sus. I don't know how they're supposed to steer this thing, but yeah. We have more of this like chrome paint on the front, and the license plate says "as if" on it. Oh my god, that is so cunty, y'all. I need to put that down. That shit is so cute. And the only other part that can like really move around is this like plant over here. I don't know why they allowed it to have like a little mechanism to move about. But yeah, I feel like generally this like compact is the most detailed thing I've seen. And like I have the Monster High Polly Pocket compact in like the newer style of like Polly Pocket compacts, and like it's honestly just as detailed and there's like just as much stuff like coming with it and whatnot. But I will say that compared to this one, like being in the style of the much more like older Bluebird Polly Pockets, like this one definitely is like a 10. It like knocks it out of the park, and I think that if you really want to get this set, you should honestly get it on clearance, because why the fuck would you need to pay over $35 or $40 for this? Like genuinely, y'all. Like it really ain't that important. Like y'all should honestly pay for groceries and eat before you fucking buy a fucking $45 Polly Pocket like compact. You know what I mean? If it's really that serious. But yes, I got this little set on clearance and I'm so happy about it. And I'm really glad to have been able to unbox it for y'all on camera. And yeah. Here we've got the gorgeous front of the compact, and I'm overall really happy that they decided to make it as glittery and as girly as possible. It kind of like resembles the movie poster a bit with like the heart and whatnot, but yeah, I'm really digging this, and I love how glittery and kind of just like holographic the glitter looks in it, and these tiny little diva illustrations of the Polly compact figures, and that nice little Polly Pocket and Clueless logo. It's very pretty. And I really like how the back of this compact has a little Polly Pocket collector logo at the back of it. But yeah, I'm really hoping you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you divas in the next one. Bye y'all!